So what's the best makeup that I have found for my mature skin and what's in my makeup bag? Stay tuned and I'll tell you all about it. So for my mature skin, which has some tiny little lines here, I've got some lines here and of course the ubiquitous lines under my eyes, I really like a good primer, and depending on how I'm feeling on the day, I will either use my Smashbox Photo Finish, which I really like. It's a little bit silicone-y, but it's beautifully clear and it does a really good job of blurring out the lines. Or if I'm feeling that my skin needs a little bit of an extra boost, then I will use the Pore Professional. I find this is really good just around this area here where you tend to get slightly enlarged pores. So it's a combination of those two on the days when I'm doing the full-on makeup. And then for me, I really love still the Chanel Vital Lumiere. This has an SPF of 15. I use it in the shade 20 Claire, and I really love this foundation because it looks so natural on the skin. It has a pump action bottle, and I find that I need about 2 pumps of this. I use a beauty blender with it. Here's the beauty blender, the trusted beauty blender that I used today. When I'm using this, it makes my skin look beautifully natural looking. I don't like a foundation which is too full or makes you look like you have foundation on. And this does a really good job of just blending and evening the skin tone without making you look like you're caked up and full of makeup. I then use my very favorite ever blusher, and I only ever use a cream blusher because on more mature skins I find that powder tends to make them look even more mature, which is not what you really want. So for me it's cream blusher and cream highlighter all of the way. This is the Illamasqua cream blusher in Dixie, my favorite ever, and I probably use that just about every day. And the highlighter that I'm using at the moment is a sample that I actually got, and it is the Jose Moran Argan Enlightenment Illuminizer. Now you can actually put this in your foundation if you want to, so give yourself an all over illumination look. I prefer not to do that because this is really pigmented and you need the tiniest little drop of this. So what I tend to do is take it out. This one has a little pump. I need half a pump, quarter of a pump, put it on the back of my hand and take my finger and then just lightly pat it where I want that to go. For my under eyes, I'm really getting into the MAC Studio Conceal and Correct Duo at the moment. This has pink. I'll take it out of the box and show you. I keep all of my makeup still in the box, and it's my OCD, I think. It has pink on one side and it has yellow on the other, depending on whether you need to counteract blue or counteract red. For me, I need to counteract the blueness under here, so I use the pink to counteract that. And then over the top of that, I use my Instant Age Rewind concealer, which I really love because it doesn't tend to go into fine lines and wrinkles, and it stays. It's really good. I have quite watery eyes, so for me I'm constantly patting my eyes dry, and that stays where it's supposed to, which is great. I do the minimum amount of powdering because as I said before, I don't want powder on my face, and so I use the Laura Mercier loose translucent powder and I really love it. I just use a little bit under my chin here, maybe down the center of my nose, just a fraction, and then an absolute minimum under my eyes, just to make sure that I can keep the concealer from setting. And I use one of my favorite Wayne Goss brushes. This is the number 14 and it is absolutely beautiful, soft as a feather. I've got, I think, just about every single one of Wayne Goss's brushes. Well worth the investment, well worth the money. Love. And then going on to eyes, I quite like at the moment the eye primer from Benefit. This is the Stay Don't Stray eye primer. It comes in a little tube like so, and with a doe foot applicator. I find that you need only a tiny amount of this for it to do its job. Less is more with that one. Then I go in with, I've got 3 favourite eyeshadow palettes at the moment. 2 of which are Tom Ford palettes. My favourite ever Tom Ford palette is this one here. Now I know Tom Ford palettes are expensive. This is the Eye Colour Quad in Orchid Haze. I just absolutely love Tom Ford palettes. The powder eyeshadow is really buttery. It's divine to blend, and it has fantastic pigment, so it will do exactly what you want it to do. The other palette that I have from Tom Ford is the lavender one, which is now actually discontinued. And the next palette that I'm really getting into at the moment is the Vizier 01. This is the Natural Matte palette, and I really like this one too. It's an absolute classic for makeup artists. No mirror or anything on this one, because as a makeup artist you wouldn't need it, you'd be using you know, other things. But this is gorgeous, this palette, beautifully buttery, again, stays where you want them to stay but blends fantastically. And for those of us with mature eyes and mature skin, the more matte colors you can use, the better. And every single one of these in this palette is matte. And then I tend to just use a shimmery just on the inner part of my lid, and just on the corner of my eye. In terms of eyebrows, for me, I'm really loving the Benefit Bravo Conditioning Primer. This comes in the cutest little tube. I really like Benefit's packaging, it's really cute. You take that off and it's got an applicator on the end there that I'm hoping that you can see. And that just conditions the brows and kind of sets them where you want them to go to begin with. So I use that, and then after that I use the MAC eyebrow crayon. I quite like this one because I have sort of red tint to my hair, and all of the other colors that I find for most other brands tend to be really flat or cool colored. Even if you go to the deep browns, they tend to be really cool colors. So I needed a warm color, and this matte color is a beautiful color that works really well on my brows for me. For eyelashes, when I'm really doing the whole thing, I really like the Lancome Cils Booster. This is a primer that I use to begin with. It's white, and it does a really good job of preparing the lashes by getting them just slightly thicker and evened out. And if you take it all the way to the end of your lashes, then you get a really good finishing off with your mascara. My current favourite is Benefit's their Real Mascara, and I really like this one because it separates my lashes. Now I have really long eyelashes because I use a particular product that helps them grow, so they are pretty super long. And because they get so long, they tend to kind of go all over the place, so they need a little bit of eyelash hairdressing, if you will, and this does a really good job of separating them and making them go where they need to go. Of course, you always have to finish off my eyelashes with a dry eyelash brush anyway, just to make sure that they are behaving themselves. But this is a really fantastic mascara for that. In terms of brushes and stuff for my eyes as well, I am a firm lover of the Wayne Goss brushes. As I said, I think before, I have pretty much every one of his brushes, and they're just divine for putting eye products on. And then to finish off with lips, my all-time favorite is this Chanel Precision Lip Definer. And this one is in natural. And I prefer a natural colour because then I can use just about any lipstick with it. This is beautiful and creamy, it stays put, and when I'm using lip liner, I tend to line my lips and then put it all over my lips, so I don't want one of those really drying lip liners that kind of suck all the moisture out of your skin. This doesn't do this. This is really lovely. And then my current favourite lipstick at the moment, I have to say, is Tom Ford. This is from the new summer collection. It's ultra rich lip colour, and normally Tom Ford colours, I'll find a normal one. His normal colours come in black, very stylish black packaging, but the new summer collection, which has just been released here in Australia, comes in the white and gold. I really like Tom Ford packaging, and this is my current favourite. It's a very natural, very beautiful nude, and its colour is, can't read it, it's number 6, Revolve Around Me. That's nice of it. Really love Tom Ford. Now I know that Tom Ford is super expensive, but I really like this lip colour because it's creamy, it's hydrating, and for those of us with mature skins, we tend to lose definition in our lips, we lose moisture in our lips, and our lips tend to get a little bit thinner as we get older. So this does a really gorgeous, gorgeous job of hydrating the lips, making them appear a little bit bigger without being super glossy, and it doesn't disappear into the lines around your mouth either. It stays put. Love, love, love this. And then to finish off, I will use the trusty MAC Prep and Prime, just to give myself a bit of a spray, just to weld everything together so that it sits beautifully, so that everything works its way into the skin just that little bit more, and gives you a little bit more of a hydration boost as well. So there you go, that is my all-time favourite makeup products for my mature skin. Hope that's been helpful. I'd really, really, really love to know what your all-time favourite makeup products are. So please comment down below and share that with me and all of the other viewers as well, because the more we can share with each other, the better. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That would be fantastic. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. So until then, take care. Bye.